Rockford's home for Classic Rock 96.7 The Eagle. Double Team Morning, sponsored by Tommy's Express Car Wash at Loves Park in Forest Hills and East Riverside. It's time to talk a little concert action with Backstage Pass, an inside look at the concert industry with Don Kronberg from Nightlight Promotions. Don, how you doing this morning?
Check one, check two, check one. I got to get my radio voice going. Check one. As you can tell, I had a long weekend. Now I got to get my brain going again.
I know it's tough after you get that extra day, and then you got to get going again. I know it's been that way all morning for me, but I know you had a first-time experience with the show, and that's Pete Davidson. How'd it go with Pete?
It went great. You know what? It went great. People are asking me what he's like, and I'm going to be, completely transparent, honest can be. And I'm like, I didn't get a chance to even talk to him. He's kind of got a little security thing going, and it kind of creates a little circle around himself. And I'm okay with that, by the way. So, it's not a mandatory part of our job that you socialize with the artist or the artist socializes with the promoter. But he was pretty hands-off, and I'm good with that. You know what? No issues. In Sioux City, Iowa, it was the very first time the venue or the market had experienced Yonder, which I think we have spoken about, which is the company that provides pouches that you put your smart devices, your iPhone, your Samsung, your iWatch, anything that's capable of recording is placed in this pouch and electronically sealed, and it's given back to you at the end of the night. And that's what's going to take place in Rockford on July 27th when we bring Pete Davidson to the Coronado. So let's go backwards. So show-wise, way funnier than I ever expected him to be. Honestly, I don't find him to be that funny of a guy. Pete, if you're listening right now, I didn't think you were that funny on Saturday Night Live. But that being said, after watching your show in Sioux City, I totally enjoyed him. Great comic. He's got great material. I know he's preparing to release a Netflix special this fall. You're going to hear some of it live at the Coronado, and you're going to hear a lot of it that you haven't seen before. And really funny, man. He had me laughing. And he was supposed to do like an hour and 10 minutes. He played for an hour and a half. Matter of fact, at one point I'm like, okay, is he ever going to get off the stage?
Nothing wrong with that little
No,
bonus,
man, and people really loved him. And here's the thing. I'm an old man, so, I'm a little cranky. The audience that came to see him, a lot of people in their late teens, 20s, early 30s. I would say there were more girls than guys. By the way, ladies, I'm going to tell you right now, you put a couple beers. I mean, I know what guys are capable of, but I heard some pretty raucous comments coming from the contingent of women at the show the other night. As a matter of fact, if I would have recorded them, these would not be playable on air today. You know what? I really enjoyed it. And I'll tell you what, the other thing I enjoyed about Pete was his sincerity. At the end of the night, he wrapped up the show, and I think he wrapped it up in a different way than he typically does. And he had finished. He had a really funny joke, and then he talked about his Netflix special coming out later this fall. And he kind of looked, and I think he looked at the clock on stage and realized that he played 20 minutes longer. And he said, you know what, folks? That's pretty much all I got tonight. And he goes, I really had a great time with you, and I hope you had a good time with me tonight. And he goes, thank you very much. And he just walked off stage. And I thought it was a different way to end the show. Usually comedians end with a good joke, hit that punchline, boom, and that's how they walk off. But when he walked off, I went, you know what? He really did give it his all. And he probably used every single joke that was in his repertoire, and it was really funny. And he just decided, you know what? I don't have anything else. So Pete Davidson, July 27th, Coronado. Folks, you do not want to miss that show. You don't want to miss Kevin James, June 14th. That's coming up in just a couple of weeks. And this weekend, this Saturday night at the Coronado, if you have kids, even if you don't have kids, you might have seen this guy on the Discovery Channel, Destinations Unknown. We've got Josh Gates this Saturday night, 7 p.m., nice early show. I don't want to hear anybody whining that you're out too late. Coronado, tickets still available for the show this Saturday. I will be there, and I will be looking for you.
Very cool. And by the way, I took my wife to see Pete Davidson back in December in Chicago, and I thought he put on a great show. I thought he was super funny, and we're really excited about him coming back to Rockford, or coming to Rockford.
Yeah. I can't wait for it. So pick up your tickets today, folks. By the way, maybe a great Father's Day gift. Get your dad outside of his shell. Maybe let him experience something different. He'll thank you. Oh, I'm sure he will.
Definitely. Well, thanks, Don. I appreciate it, man.
Thanks, bud.
It's Rockford's home for Classic Rock 96.7 The Eagle.